Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. We're answering the tough questions like, what's better, wet brine or dry brine for your chicken wings if you're going to cook them on the Ninja Woodfire? And why did the chicken cross the playground? That second one's easy. To get to the other slide. That's right, today we're going to cook up some chicken wings. These chicken wings. But to do it, we have to go back a day. Why do we have to go back a day? Because we are doing an experiment. We are going to test wet brining versus dry brining to see if one of them makes a better chicken wing. So let's make a brine. Get yourself a bowl. Get yourself a scale. It is a lot easier to do this with a scale. I have mine set to grams. In this, I have 4 cups of water. That came out to be 873 grams. We're gonna make a 5% brine solution. So we have to do some math. 87, 40, 43 and a half grams would be 5%. So we're gonna add 43 and a half grams of salt. Pretty close. Now, we're just gonna add some other stuff. I'm gonna add some cracked pepper and some garlic, which I'm just gonna crush up a little bit. Because I have it, a little bit of fresh basil. Now you just wanna mix this up until the salt dissolves. These are some chicken wings that were BOGO at my local Publix. That's what inspired this day. We're gonna take these wings, they're not split. Let's split them up. Breaking down a chicken wing is super easy. Grab it, pull it to the side, cut it, and then you can just kind of break it and you'll see where the little spot where the 2 bones meet. Chop it right there. That's it. And then for this little guy, right there. You can save these for chicken stock or you can just get rid of them. We ended up with 6 and 6. We're gonna take half of these wings, put them in this bag. And then we're gonna pour all of our brine over it. Refrigerate for 24 hours. For the other half, we're gonna dry brine them, which is literally just coating them in salt, sticking them in a refrigerator uncovered overnight or for 24 hours or however long you are brining. So we're gonna go ahead and stick these guys on a wire rimmed rack. Doesn't matter which way is up because you're gonna end up flipping them. No particular amount, you just wanna give them a nice little coating. Give them a flip and hit up the other side. I'm gonna go stick these in my dry ager, which is what I just used to put any uncovered meats in. It's just easier for me that way. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. It is the next morning. It has not been 24 hours. It's been pretty much overnight. And these wings that were dry brined have no visible salt, a little bit of moisture on some of them, but they look quite dry. We are just going to give them an additional pat dry. The reason I'm doing the dry thing is moisture is the enemy when you are trying to get something crispy. The more time you take to get rid of the moisture, and the more heat you use for that, the less time you're actually using to crisp the skin. So we're just gonna flip these over real quick. And if you don't have a special fridge for meat, that's fine. Just stick them in your regular fridge, uncovered. It's safe, I think, or pop a little cover on them. Whatever you feel like doing. There are our dry brined wings. Let's get our wet brined wings out of their brine. I will say, these boys definitely feel plumper. And then we're gonna do our best to dry them off. I like to kind of sandwich them here in between the paper towels. Give the paper towels a flip. Pull that one off. I already got the concepts of an ultimate wing version moving in my mind due to this. I'm thinking like you wet brine them first, dry them off, and then just stick them in the fridge overnight to then dry the skin out, and then you'd get the benefits of the wet brine juiciness and the crispiness of the skin. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I don't even know if that's a thing. Let's find out. One last dab here to get these as dry as I can at this point. They look pretty good. So don't overcrowd the Woodfire's air fry basket. I'm only gonna cook half of each. At this point, there is a visual difference between the two. White and like a yellowish color on the dry brines. So we're gonna put the dry brines closer to me, which are already getting a little bit wet from the moisture out here in the air. We'll give everybody one more final dry, and then we'll put these guys over here. And I'm gonna spray them with some duck fat. I've never done this one before, so I'm excited to see how it comes out. And the only flavoring I'm going to add, since they already have salt, is a little bit of dad dust. Dad dust is 50% granulated onion, 50% granulated garlic with some MSG. If you want the recipe, link in the description. More dad dust. At this point, we are ready to set up the wood fire. Grab your hopper and fill it with pellets. Give it the dad shake. The dad shake either compacts the pellets and makes it burn better, separates the pellets and makes it burn better, or does absolutely nothing and just makes me feel like it makes it burn better. Still do it every time. We're going to turn this on to air crisp, or turn on wood fire. We are going to go to 375. And I don't know, I'm setting it for an hour. It's not gonna need that. Now I'm just gonna throw these in during the heat up process. That kind of slow build of heat should help them kind of cook through internally while we get our crispy skin. I don't worry about the smoke taste being too heavy from the smoke. The smoke and pecan pellets that I'm using have never had a problem doing this method. My plan for this is to just go ahead and cook them and flip them every 15 minutes and just maybe spray them with some more duck fat until I get an awesome crispy looking exterior. Then I'll check the temp. We'll do that. Let's do, I'm just gonna go do that. Why did I tell you I'm just gonna go do it?
After the first 15 minutes, there really wasn't much going on. So I flipped them, sprayed them with a little duck fat, and closed them back off. Went another 15 minutes. After that 15 minutes, now we're starting to get some color. More duck fat, more flipping, close them off, and get them ready for their next cook. But I decided to go for ultra crispiness, and I turned it up to 450 and took the wings out and set them to the side for about 5 minutes. Then I let them go for another 10 minutes. And this is what I was welcomed with when I opened the grill. Perfectly looking crispy wings. And I gotta say, these are some good looking wings. Nice looking crispy skin, great color on them, great.
These are the dry brine. Let's give them a try. Crispy, tasty, solid wing. Wet. Juicier, but definitely not as crispy. Let's try a flap. Oh, that is crispy. Try the crispiest flap on the wet brine side. Yeah, definitely not as crispy. I wouldn't call them mushy, but definitely not as crispy. I might need to adjust my cooking method with these, maybe cook them even hotter to get them crispier. But overall, to achieve a super crispy skin, I would recommend dry brining. Now, I think I'm going to have to try the wet then dry brine technique. So stay tuned for that video. But these are wings. While we're here, let's whip up a quick buffalo sauce. In this bowl is 4 tablespoons of butter, unsalted and melted. And we're just gonna put in a little bit of hot sauce. This is some mango habanero hot sauce I make myself from peppers we grow ourselves. You can use any hot sauce you want. A good buffalo sauce is usually just hot sauce and butter. Let's take one of these crispy boys. Don't get in there. I love wings. Oh, that's just a fantastic wing. Smoky, crispy, tender, got some punch from my hot sauce. Love it. I hope you enjoyed that and you learned something. I sure did. And if you're enjoying this channel and this content, please do the likey subscribe thing. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. If you are really enjoying this, please consider becoming a member. Members get 24-hour early access to videos, producer credits, shout outs. Sometimes they even get extended cuts of videos. But if you can't, please, subscribing would be enough. So with all that out of the way, I guess there's only one question left to answer. Why did the chicken get kicked off the basketball team? Too many fouls. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, answer existential questions about wings on the Ninja Woodfire. But one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.